Welcome to Full Frontal. I'm Samantha Bee, and I'm finally half vaccinated. Turns out being on basic cable is a comorbidity. But as tough as this pandemic has been on all of us, it has been especially cruel to one segment of society, or really a few dozen segments that tend to get lumped in together when racists are looking for someone to be a dick to.
Asian piece of
Go back to whatever Asian country you belong in.
A man pulled out a realistic-looking airsoft gun, pointed it at an Asian woman, and said to her, "Go back to your country."
The suspect made anti-Asian comments, punched the man in the face, and then took off.
Telling his Asian victim, F you don't belong here.
One person reported being sprayed with Lysol by a woman who yelled out, "You're the infection. Go home. We don't want you here."
Cops say she spat on an Asian man and used an ethnic slur. They say Karen Inman also yelled, "Go back to where you came from."
And then Karen went back to where she came from, which I assume is an island for human jack-o'-lanterns. Thanks to Donald Trump's rhetoric about the coronavirus, racists have been newly emboldened to let their hate flag fly.
Until the China virus came in, the plague from China.
Kung flu.
The FBI recently issued a warning about a potential spike in hate crimes.
It's creating group culpability, assigning blame to people who have nothing to do with the origins of the virus.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China.
If you have to repeatedly defend your word choice as not racist, it's racist. Like if you said, "Of course I'm not feeding stray cats to my boa constrictor," that snake definitely has a cat-shaped lump in it. MAGA World's xenophobic rhetoric has turned anti-Asian sentiment up to a boil. Nearly a third of Americans blamed China or Chinese people for the pandemic. And the past year has seen nearly 3,800 documented cases of anti-Asian racist incidents, with many involving women and seniors. Getting older as a woman is already bad enough. I'm barely 50 and I have the bone density of a stale wheat thin. Anti-Asian attacks are happening out in the open for all to see. It's like if Pennywise didn't bother hiding in the sewer and just went shopping for kids at Chuck E. Cheese. AAPI experience far more hate incidents than we know because many go unreported due to factors including language barriers and a lack of trust in law enforcement. And while things have gotten particularly bad over the past year, bigotry toward Asian Americans is nothing new. In the mid-1800s, tens of thousands of Chinese immigrants came here to build the Transcontinental Railroad, which revolutionized the economy, helped expand settlement in the West, and inspired that timeless American folk song, "Come on, ride the train, and ride it, woo, woo." White nativists viewed Asians as unfair labor competition. During the mid-1800s, they spread xenophobic propaganda portraying East Asians as a yellow peril who were unclean and unfit for citizenship. This propaganda dominated tabloids, cartoons, town halls, and political speeches with predictably violent results. Angry mobs terrorized Asian communities, driving people from their homes in Washington, lynching them in California, massacring them in Wyoming, and in an all too familiar pattern, Asian Americans were used as scapegoats for disease. When the bubonic plague broke out in Honolulu in 1899, the Board of Health took a close look at the science and did the judicious thing. They burned down 41 buildings in Chinatown. Similarly, in 1906, Santa Ana, California, responded to an alleged case of leprosy by burning down Chinatown. That is insane. Everybody knows the only way to cure leprosy is by saying, "I believe," and having Jesus touch you. Aw, thanks for watching. If you'd like to hear more from Full Frontal, hit subscribe and visit our page for more videos. Or if you'd like to be radicalized, leave YouTube on autoplay.